Hello and welcome back. We're here again in the creeper farm. If you're interested in this farm or my creeper farm with no cats, check out my other videos. But today we're going to focus on a module you can add to one of these creeper farms for music discs. Let's start by talking about the mechanic needed to get a music disc. Music discs are rare items to find in your world because the only way they'll drop is if a skeleton deals the killing blow to a creeper. There are two ways you can trick a skeleton into killing a creeper. The first is by having the skeleton aim at a player. So to demonstrate that real quick, we'll just go into survival and we'll walk in front of this guy, and the skeleton killed the creeper. So now we should have a music disc in this chest. And sure enough, there we do. The other way to get a creeper to drop a music disc is by having a skeleton target an iron golem. So we can lower this door. The skeleton targets the iron golem, kills the creeper, and there's our second music disc. We're back over in the farm, and there's a lot going on here in this module, so we'll take a look at the different pieces of it. First, we'll take a look at the targeting system. So I have a lever back here that you can flip, and as you can see, that lever, it drops this trapdoor, which allows the skeletons to see into this water. The function of the water is to slow down the arrows. You'll find it's difficult to predict the trajectory of the arrows, and oftentimes your iron golem will take damage over time. So the water really helps reduce the distance of those. You also notice that that lever powers this redstone, which is connected to these two pistons here, and when this module is activated, those pistons are retracted, and that allows some of the creepers that are falling from the farm to go in here and be shot by these skeletons. So we'll turn the mobs back on, and we'll watch this in action. There's our first creeper, getting shot by the arrows. And I think I saw one die there. So there's our music disc. The item collection is real simple. It's just a few hoppers leading into some chests. The one thing to note is three slabs right here I had to add because the hoppers for the gunpowder portion of the farm, they're a pixel less wide, so occasionally these creepers would die and their drops would land on top of these pieces of glass, so I had to swap them out for slabs so the hoppers can pull the drops through the slabs, so they'll end up in the chest. And you can see just from a minute or two of having this thing active, it acquires music discs pretty quickly. Okay, I've turned off the mob spawns, and we'll close these guys up just to keep them quiet. So we'll take a look at the skeleton module in here. It can be difficult to get that many skeletons into a small space, so I'll just quickly go over the setup that I use to do this. So I use a standard unloader that is used in a lot of villager breeding setups. I'll show it in action right here. I'll spawn a skeleton in a cart, and you'll see when the skeleton hits this rail, he's ejected over onto that trapdoor. So these always eject to the right. What you might not notice is this trapdoor has a piece of string on it, which the observer is able to see. That observer hits this redstone, which hits this redstone, which will open the trapdoor that he was just standing on and drop him in with the rest of the skeletons. So you can keep adding skeletons until you reach the cramming cap, which I believe is 20. So I'm probably pretty close. If I hit this a few times, eventually, yeah, you see a skeleton die when he went in there because of the cramming limit. The rest of the mechanism, so this lever right here is powering this block, which is powering that rail. It needs to be that way because you can't power this hopper. So this hopper is here to catch carts. So after the mob is ejected onto the trapdoor, the cart continues, hits the cactus, which turns it into an entity, and the hopper picks it up. So you can retrieve your carts in that chest. This redstone below we already went over. It's the on-off switch coming up to hit these pistons. So I opted for a slightly more compact redstone. That's why this might look a little bit funny. But you could have just as easily built this out in a different way that it would have worked just as well. Just like that. And your golem over here sits at the end of your waterway. This water is probably a few blocks longer than it needs to be, but every now and then there'll be a rogue arrow that'll go several blocks further than the majority of them, so he's out here as it's just a safety factor. Use walls to keep him in place. You could surround him with glass if you're worried about other mobs getting to him. But it is important that he is able to make eye contact with the skeletons when that trapdoor is open, or the skeletons won't be able to target him. And that is it for this Creeper Music Disc module. So if you have any questions or comments, I'll leave them in the comments section down below. If you like this video, leave a like, and please consider subscribing. If you're interested in this creeper farm, I have another video on this farm as well as a second creeper farm design that doesn't use cats. Thank you and goodbye.